No, man. I don't want to say it's coming home. I don't want to say we're going home. Actually, I'm going to say we're going home, but not yet. Hello again, guys. And hello to everyone out there. We're back. This is the World Cup edition. Welcome back to the Class of 90.
Boom, let's go. It's been a big week, the first week of the World Cup. First round games all done.
I've enjoyed every bit of it, haven't you?
Yeah, no, it's been, you know what, it felt like before the World Cup started, like, there wasn't that excitement.
There wasn't that buzz at all.
Yeah, but now that it's got going, I'm starting to feel the big players are turning up. I'm starting to feel it.
All turning up other than one, but do you know what I mean?
But you know what, I think I got the England shirt on today. You know what I mean? 3 lines on my chest. I think it's only right we start with our home nation.
England edition. Let's go.
Got the job done. 4-2. Solid display. Some are saying it's a solid display. Some are saying it was a game with 2 halves. Before I go into my thoughts, what did you think of that game?
I mean, listen, from an attacking perspective, I was impressed. I think, you know, we could have put 6 past them. Don't worry that I'm wearing 10.
Zanzibar boy.
My kid's coming. But no, honestly, I thought we played really well. From an attacking perspective, I was really impressed. Could have scored 6, could have scored 7. I thought England started a little bit sluggish. I think Croatia were on the front foot and, they were really pressuring England. And then, everything turned, like a flip of a switch, right? So, credit to England and credit to the manager. What did you think about the starting lineup? Were you surprised or?
I wasn't surprised to see, because I think that was what I was almost expecting. The only, bits that I thought were up for debate were Madueke, obviously, he's playing. We can understand why he's playing, which obviously is a surprise, but makes sense. And then Conte, I was surprised he went with Conte instead of Gueye.
Same.
I thought that pairing, like Gueye and Stones, probably would have made a bit more sense, but it is what it is. I don't think there's too much of a difference. And then I'm glad he didn't, because everyone was worried that he's not going to start Bellingham. Not even worried. Some people were saying he shouldn't start Bellingham. I feel like of all the England players, obviously Palmer, Foden, they might have got a bit of disrespect, in terms of people saying they shouldn't go. But I think Bellingham is one of the most disrespected English footballers.
To some extent, there is another guy out there called Marcus Rashford that people constantly disrespect, but we'll get onto that. But honestly, I do agree with you that he is disrespected. But again, when you represent, such a big nation like England, and at the same time you're playing for one of the world's biggest clubs in Real Madrid, of course you're going to get scrutinised. And to be fair, he hadn't had an amazing season because obviously
because of injuries.
Yeah, of course.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like other teams, if they had a Bellingham in their team, and even if you look around to other nations that got Real Madrid players in their squad, they're all guaranteed starters.
Yeah,
all of them are guaranteed starters.
But then that's because of how good our squad is, though.
I don't think it's that, bro.
No, but
because England's squad's not better than. Look at France's squad, innit? Mbappe ain't had Real Madrid ain't had the best season. Mbappe, people have been questioning him, but he's got his stats.
Yeah.
But people have been questioning Mbappe. There's no questioning whether Mbappe is going to play or be the big performer for France, innit? He's going to play, and they've got a way better squad.
Okay, so
same for Vinny.
Yeah.
He hasn't had the most amazing season.
He hasn't. You're right.
Everyone knows he's guaranteed to start for Brazil, and it's like. But people are thinking, Bellingham, what does he actually bring to a team? Bellingham, Bellingham what he brings to the team is what you saw yesterday, in terms of tenacity. He's got quality on the ball, and when he gets a chance, the guy will think. I had no doubt in my mind
that he was
when Bellingham was
I agree, because he is clutch. But here's a question: who had a better season, Morgan Rogers or Bellingham?
Morgan Rogers had a better season.
There you go. So you can understand why the debates were coming out in the first place. It's not to say it's a crazy debate, because the guy just came off, having an amazing season and he's won a trophy, right? So it's only right that he's in the mix, because before the last tournament we went to, Bellingham had that position on lock.
And it's one of them where he's the guy that you turn into. It's like, we need to go Bellingham.
Yeah.
Bellingham.
But what I'm saying is, it's not like that's just coming out of anywhere, right? In terms of, all that Bellingham scrutiny and stuff like that. It's not like he's just getting scrutinised for no reason. It's the fact that there's someone else who's playing in his position, who's had a better season, who, fair enough, in my opinion, isn't as good as Bellingham, but let us know what you think. But it's the fact that, because he's had such an amazing season, and if you're going to go off based off form, then in theory, you would play more in Rodgers.
But I think in the World Cup, you need players like Bellingham that they're big game players.
1000%.
Because the thing is,
1000%.
players like Rodgers, as good as they are, and I think you saw it in the first half with the likes of Declan Rice and Anderson. They're playing okay. They're not playing bad.
Yeah.
But there's
playing amazing
hesitation.
Yeah,
they're not passing the ball forward.
Course, yeah.
And the thing is, I don't think either of those are the biggest passers in terms of like they're more runners with the ball in it and they'll carry the ball.
British.
Proper British midfielders. But now when it's like they have the ability to pass forward and whatnot when they're comfortable, when the game's flowing, when they're 2-0 up, 3-0 up. So now it's the first game of a World Cup. The headlights are on. You know what I mean, they froze a little bit. In my opinion, in that first half, they froze. Where it's like every time Anderson or Rice got the ball, they're passing sideways. They're passing backwards.
I think the goal definitely helped us because I think that settled a lot of nerves. And even before, obviously, we scored the goal, Kane missed the penalty, and you're thinking, "Ooh, is this going to be one of those days?" But you know, up steps, King Kane slots it in, the second time. But I think Modric had literally given away a pass before, and then he then had another stinker. But shout out Modric. Playing World Cup at this age is never easy. But I think everyone always knew that with the energy England have and the runners they have, playing against such an old team like Croatia. They're always gonna, they're always gonna have problems with that, right? But massive credit to Croatia for coming back into the game. Going in at 2-2 at half time. Honestly, like I thought, wow, this game is amazing, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like it was kind of like it was more like a friendly to some. It wasn't like a tournament, like a tournament sort of match, because some of these tournament matches, especially for England, is rare. You tend to see England play some of these big nations and beat them like 4-2 or go on a goal fest. But at some point,
you normally expect is like a 1-0. If they're gonna win that game, they'll win it 1-0, maybe 2-0.
Just about, yeah.
But I think it was one of them ones where people are kind of getting ahead of themselves. And look, I'm someone that thinks England are going to win this thing, innit? But I think that performance was like, if you put that performance in against a better team, at the end of the day, you said it's an aging Croatia side. You've got Perisic in there, you've got Modric in there. It's like, these are still the star men of this team.
True, but they did still have some, because I was looking through the team sheet and I was like, right, they got Stanisic, they got Vardio, they've got, do you know what I mean? The guy that played for, him as well. Bare European clubs won it. Do you know what I mean? So they've got Palace as well.
And the energy and the intensity can make a difference against a team like Croatia because of the type of team it is. But let's look at their front three, innit? They're not the kind of front three that's going to.
True, I hear it.
You come up against even Portugal, like Spain, these teams that have got a clinical front three. They've got midfield runners, midfield technicians. I think they punish you a bit in that game, innit? And I'm just hoping that second half performance is more what we're going to see from England in terms of, all right, cool. It was the first game. The players are a bit nervous. They're a bit like, I don't want to be the one to lose the ball. And then now you've got that win under your belt, because the next game now, there's a bit less pressure. You're almost pretty much
basically qualified.
So it's like, play a little bit more. Let's see that, okay, this is England kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I get that. So I guess, if we go through some of the motions, right? So, Kane scored the first goal. What did you make of England's second goal?
Set piece again! Set piece again! Set piece again! Ole, ole!
The second goal was the corner again. I think that's going to be England's saving grace. Like, if we're going to win this World Cup, set pieces are going to be our best friend.
Set piece again! Set piece again! Set piece again! Ole, ole!
Declan Rice, fair play. Those corners, every single one was spot on. You know what I mean? I know now what Arsenal fans are feeling like all season, innit? It's like Declan Rice gets a corner, you're thinking, something's going to happen here, isn't it?
I didn't want to celebrate too tough.
Because
then people are going to start looking at it like, when Arsenal do it, you know what I mean? It's a no, but when England do it, it's like, get in. So, I knew that was always coming from the Arsenal fans, innit? But honestly, it was a great ball, to put it right on Kane's head, to be honest. So, expect more of that this tournament, like you said. I think they're definitely going to try and, score a few goals from set piece. If we look at the goals that, maybe say England conceded going into the, just before the second half, right? So if we look at the first one.
The first one was, it was a good strike. But I'm looking at Pickford.
You think?
Yeah.
No, but the thing is, you got to take into consideration the power of the strike, angle and everything.
And it's like
I thought it was a good shot, man. I thought it was a good shot. I saw it late.
I saw a video of Joe Hart making a point about like keepers are getting caught out with long shots. I don't know if he's just chatting shit as part of the goalkeepers.
What, he used to do that all the time?
Yeah, you get it.
What?
What?
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
But if you think like some of the goals that have gone in, he's saying, "Oh yeah, the ball's traveling at a faster pace and that, and he's catching these keepers out on the long shot."
But that's been happening. You look back at, the World Cup in South Africa with the Jabalani, for example. That's been happening, you know? So it's like, and even now, the ball they have is probably not as, the flight is a bit different from the Jabalani, right? But at the end of the day, that happens. If it's a good strike, like I thought it was, then it beats the goalkeeper. So
yeah, it was definitely a good strike, but I feel like you get a good strike on the ball in this World Cup. I think we're going to see some bangers throughout the tournament.
I hope so. I'm excited.
Pickford's the type of keeper that concedes that kind of goal in it. Like I don't think there's some keepers that aren't good at these long shots in there. They're more close range, and I think Pickford's more reaction saves as opposed to
1,000%
and all of that.
1,000%.
So I feel like I put a little bit I'm not saying it was a blunder, but I think maybe a better keeper saves that in it. But the second goal was a peach.
Oh, the second goal was like I don't even think that was a blunder from England's side. People can say, they lost concentration, but everything about it was just brilliant. The move from Perisic to get away from his marker to time it so he's onside, and then to have the awareness to knock it down to my man who literally just slots it down.
Push it up a little bit where it's like he can wait for it and he can get himself ready and slot it in. It was a great finish.
Musa had a great finish, but easy finish. Musa in front of goal, you just smash it. Like it was. I think it was a great move, to be fair. And to be fair to England, like I said, people may say that they switched off, and again, a bigger team would probably punish them, but you just have to remind the quality.
The third goal comes from Anderson playing like a first-time ball forward. That Bellingham just said, "Where can you leave it? Please leave this one for me."
Interestingly, it was actually funny you say that, because in the interview, Bellingham was basically saying, he saw that Madueke no chance, I'm having this, and Mama wasn't even trying to pass it back. And to be fair to Madueke, he actually created the space for Bellingham to run into. So fair play to him. But I think what I liked about the goal the most was there was about 23 passes, or roughly around 23 passes before they had actually scored that. And it's like, you looked at it and you thought, okay, these guys aren't really going anywhere with some of these passes. And all of a sudden, Anderson, boom, with one ball, just opened up, unlocked to the defence. So great goal all round, and, fantastic finish by Bellingham as well.
Because the thing is, I don't think that was an easy chance.
It wasn't. He's a clutch guy. He's a clutch guy.
The fact that we can have that confidence in he's going to score that just shows this guy has to play. If he's fit, he plays. Because he's the guy that's going to pop up in the final and score that goal in it. Or the chance is going to fall to someone. If it's not Kane. And you want it to fall to Bellingham.
1,000%.
Being honest. So
clutch guy, clutch.
I was happy for him still. That was the goal that I celebrated the most, because it's like Bellingham, you know what I mean? They're showing them all the big boys turned up. Bellingham's in there as well. He turned up.
Arrogance as well. Do you know what I mean? Gave them the.
I know he was waiting for it, because I know he's paying attention when people are doubting his team. He's paying attention.
Watch my team, and that leads us nicely to my boy Rashi. You get me? He's sitting on a bench, seeing Gordon do blunders after blunders. He's like, listen, this 80 million. Newcastle rejects. Move to the side, man. Move to the side, man. Move to the side. You know what I mean? Barca, you don't want me? No problem. You know what I mean? Came on the pitch, and honestly, even when he came on, I thought he looked sharp. Do you know what I mean? He was defending quite well, which is not something you typically associate Rashford with, but he was playing well. And then when he got the opportunity, sells the defender, do you know what I mean? Sends him to shops, and then literally slots it in. Great goal, man. Great goal.
Do you think that's going to be his role? The finisher, like the other substitutes that come on.
I hope not. No. It can't be. Rashford's too good to be sitting on the bench for flipping Anthony Gordon. Listen, Tuchel, rate his thing, man. Stop doing my boy.
I agree with it.
If we had prime, I don't know. If we had prime like Joe Cole, for example, like battling that left hand side of right, then I hear it. But it's like. I've had this argument with Ali before. You cannot tell me Gordon's anywhere, and I won't have it. Let me know what you guys think, but you cannot tell me Gordon is even remotely close to Rashford. All he's got on him is pace. That's it, in my opinion.
I think when you say he's not close to him, I think that's a bit playing down Gordon's thing, isn't it?
And Gordon's younger than him as well.
Gordon's a good winger, but Rashford, if you're looking at names on the team sheet beforehand, the opposing dressing room, what they're thinking when they see it, they definitely you're going to be happy to see Gordon on that left wing than
1,000%.
Rashford.
You know you're going to get the press the fuck out of. Don't get twisted, because he does work hard. The boy does work hard, but he's not as technically gifted as Rashford. Rashford has free kicks over him. He's got the finishes over him. Even shots, like people say, oh, Gordon's got good shots. Rashford's known for that, you know? So, and Rashford's link-up play is even better as well. Sometimes his decision-making, fair enough, when he's not confident, or maybe say he's not with his girl, do you know what I mean? Then it's like, his head's all over the place. He's going out to clubs and linking baddies, but I can't lie, when he's with that John, I can't lie, he plays well.
Yeah,
he plays well, Rashford.
Off the ball is where Rashford is probably missing his spot on that England team, innit? He's better than Gordon on the ball, but off the ball, I think Gordon gives you more, and then he's also a bit more trustworthy, innit? Like,
agreed.
You can trust him to go back every single time, and whereas Rashford, I don't know, innit? Obviously, I think it's a managerial thing, innit? He's the type of player that plays for his manager, it seems like, and if you want to get the best out of him, there's a bit of give and take there, innit? But I think this could be the perfect role for him, where it's like, all he gets to do is shine.
Rashford.
Yeah, where it's like, all he'll get to do is shine, bro. You get some games
fuck the shining shit. I want him to shine, but from the start.
But the thing is, he's never going to be England's main man.
No, he doesn't need to be England.
Like,
no, I don't want him to be England's main man.
No, because you need some sacrificial players.
No, but if he's England main man, then he's getting the same scrutiny as people like flipping Bellingham, for example.
Yeah.
Because let's get it twisted. Kane's already clear of any like England. For me, obviously Rooney's better than him, but that's a different discussion.
If we're talking
but
for England.
if you're talking for England, Kane cannot do any wrong in England, you know, in England's eyes.
Yeah.
So he's like the main people. He faces no scrutiny. But Bellingham, do you know what I mean?
You know what I mean? I think we can insinuate why that might be.
Yeah.
If you're black, nothing for you. But if you're white, there's something for you.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I don't want Rashford anywhere close to that limelight. I just want him to be a starter. Same way as like Bukayo Saka, for example, should be a starter, but obviously he's not fit. I think Rashford should be nailed on to start on that left. Do you know what I mean? So let's see. I think that's definitely something to watch out for as it develops throughout the tournament. But sorry, just coming back to your point around the defense then. So for the next game, what would you change? Because your boy Reece James did play well. I'm just gonna put it out there.
I don't think he had an amazing game, but I think he knew they need him to play 90 minutes today, and not only just today, they're gonna need a lot of 90 minutes from. This is a player, by the way, that he's playing once a week at Chelsea, and even then, he's barely finishing the game. My man was playing right back, then he moved into centre mid. It's like, you can say he didn't play Reece James level amazing, but he was solid, didn't he? He done his thing.
I think he kind of looked a shadow of himself. But to be fair, it's because I know Reece James to be a world-class right back.
He's the guy that's making an impact.
And the thing is, attacking, Reece James is usually influential. Defensively, influential. Do you know what I mean? So it's a thing where for that performance, I just think it wasn't bad. It wasn't disaster class where people can put together comps. But I definitely don't think it was the best of him.
I think it was like him playing with the handbrake on, because even when you look at the chance Jed Spence got when he came on, that kind of chance, if Reece James gets that, he scores.
Of course,
but I think
technical.
He's not going up there because it's like, let me not get injured.
He's trying to save those hamstrings.
You know what I mean? He's playing smart, innit? And it's like, right now you don't need him. I think if Livramento maybe didn't get injured, maybe then it's like you can play him with the handbrake off kind of thing, and even do a Saka take where it's like, these games or the next game against Panama, you don't need Reece James. Like, you know what I mean? Give him a break, innit? I don't think you need to risk him in that kind of game, especially where he's basically qualified. So I would give him a break if I was Tuchel.
1,000% I get that. I think what I was a little bit frustrated about, especially when Reece James moved into the middle, is I get, you know, he plays at club level in that middle of the pitch, and I have seen him have good games against like City, for example, Arsenal as well in that role. But I would have liked to see Kobe come in, you know?
I was and ahhing whether, like, even when I was watching the first half, is Kobe Mainoo what? Because if you're looking at that bench, he's the only like midfielder
that can control the game. That can control the game.
But then
he's
if
good
you
at
do a direct swap for him or for Anderson or Rice, are you losing some of that physicality in that midfield that Reece James can match, kind of thing? But I don't know if Kobe Mainoo can.
Mainoo can play with Rice. He showed it at the last Euro, so that would have been,
he can play with Rice.
My change.
Can you do it when
I don't know if
1-0 up and you need to protect your lead, but also get a goal?
I think so. I think so. You just put Rice and just say to Rice, listen, just sit back.
I think you can do it with Rice, Anderson, and him. But if you're just talking about him and Rice, I don't know, man. I think that's Kobe's his weak point. But I think he would have helped them control that midfield a little bit more.
Yeah, but you control the midfield, you win the game. You know, you don't have to do as much defending, you don't have to do as much running. So who knows? But again, I'd like to see, you know, I'm a biased United fan, so typically I want to see.
Apparently Rice came off with a bit of a niggle, limping, innit? So maybe next game Kobe gets to start. Maybe Henderson starts over him.
I can't lie. Over my dead body. Tuchel, if you do that, yeah, man's flying to the US, man's slapping you.
But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
That's crazy. I can't
That
that's right. I can't lie. That I've got to be flashing back to the Amarin days, man. That's crazy. But final question: is it coming home or are we going home?
It's coming home, man. You know, like, I believe more than ever it's coming home. Like, I saw enough there. I wasn't thrilled with the performance and the way they played, but I saw that fight, that belief in those players that they really think they're going to do this, innit? So it's like, it's coming home.
I don't know, man. I don't want to say it's coming home. I don't want to say we're going home. Actually, I'm going to say we're going home, but not yet.